Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey. See some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Gye-Nyame journey, and let's build together.
Family, come one, come all. Let me tell you what happened to me when I was on the way to the grocery store. You won't even believe it. Coming live on the journey. About to go down here, Gye-Nyame journey. Let me get everything together. I need to open up the phone lines. Get the speaker popping off. Oh man. Because you gotta be big enough to lift it. You saw how hard it was for me.
To know the difference between mobilization and organization, because the enemy will use mobilization to demobilize us. Mobilization is very easy. Very, very easy. Because since we're people who are instinctively ready to respond against acts of injustice, anytime there's one little act of injustice, we can blow it up and we'll find people who come and make some mass demonstration around it. Miss Sally lost a job. Let's rally. She will get a job back. People will come and rally. So-and-so got kicked out of school because the teacher's unjust. The unjust, the people will come and rally. They will come to rally at issues. And this is what mobilization does. It mobilizes people around issues. Those of us who are revolutionary are not concerned with issues. We're concerned with the system. The difference must be properly understood. The difference must be properly understood. Mobilization usually leads to reform action, not to revolutionary action. If we would look scientifically at the October 16 million and more march, we would see clearly that this was a mobilized event, not an organized event. We must know clearly the difference between mobilization and organization. One of the characteristics of mobilization is that it is temporary. Organization is permanent and eternal. Clear differences must be made because the unconscious can usually be captured easily around one-issue items, around mobilization items, but it's hard to catch them around organization. But these unconscious must be brought to organization. We must transform mobilization to organization.
Check one, two.
We say the enemy will come and use mobilization to demobilize us. Many brothers and sisters who've been to the million and more march will say to you, I was there. But what are you doing today, my sister? I was there. There weren't too many sisters out there, but you know, with a million brothers together, you know where I had to be. I was there. And then, of course, you find brothers, yeah, I was there. I helped you. What are you doing today, brother? If we're not careful, we allow mobilization to become events. The struggle is never an event. It's a process, a continual, eternal process. We say it's our job to use mobilization to drive us to organization. You know our theme is organization. We want power. We don't want money. We don't want fame. We don't want fortune. We don't want popularity. We want power. Power. And power comes only from the organized masses. Power comes only from the organized masses. Therefore, since this is what we're concerned with, power, and we're as a Pan-Africanist, we have every right to be concerned with it. Africa, after all, is the richest continent on the face of the earth. Properly organized, should be the most powerful continent on the face of the earth. Therefore, our drive towards power is clear. We want power, and we can only have.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shots out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink. Or should I say, breathe, then drink. Take a breath. Take your breath. Now. Grab your glass for some water. Grab your glass. Lift your pitcher of that water. Or bottle. Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Move your body. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Lift and pour yourself some water. Pour. Move your body, drink some water. Move it. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink. 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 Drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink your water. Drink. 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 Drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move. Stay healthy,
Move.
family. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink. 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 Drink.
What?
Drink your water. About to get started. Drink. Let's get it. Drink. Drink. Drink your water. No, she didn't. Is what? All right, family, it's going down here on the journey, man. Let me tell you what happened to me. I said, hey, because I heard from a few sources there was supposed to be another gathering downtown. I heard two different places, but I heard it from two reliable sources. Brothers and maybe three sources and sisters in the community that I heard it from. And I said, okay, let me go down there and see what's going on. I wanted to go down and see what's going on. So I popped my head down there and I'm checking it out. And family, this is one of the most, I mean, how can I put it? It was one of the most organized events I have been to. And this is what I mean. They had water for people. People had donated milk, so if you got tear gas, you could wipe it out your eyes with the milk. People was walking around offering masks. Hold on, let me show you. Hold on. I'm like, yo, I mean, like, not these masks. Now, some people was giving these up, but we had people, giving out masks. I mean, it was an event, right? And then also I got to see the beast in full effect. You know what I'm saying? They doing their little tactics. They got their little SWAT truck with the sonic boom gun on top, sitting out there fucking with the kids. Young people gonna do what young people gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, first off, they have been locked up for a month, right? People were looking for something, and then of course, one of these stupid ass white men had to go and do some shit, had to prove something, right? The prospects for the night, I don't know how serious is, you know what I'm saying? But I'm feeling it's going to get pretty serious because they are boarding up everything for blocks and blocks. So I'm out there, because, like I said, I want to check on Quasi, make sure he all right. One of my nieces is out there too, so I went to go, I wanted to make sure,
everything was cool. But, all the police had riot gear. Riot gear. Right? You know what I'm saying? Which basically puts it in the mind of those that's protesting that some shit is about to go down. Sister Navita said something to me last night, and I may have came across like I'm blaming us. I'm just asking what's next. But when you look at this shit, we come out and we protest, regardless, because it wasn't just us. Now, let me say that. Now, when I went down there, I was looking, I'm like, well, goddamn, it's an awful lot of white people down here. I said, Lord, have mercy. Unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? And the signs and the water. You want some water? You need some Purell? You know what I'm saying? You want a mask? They got people walking around with the first aid kit. They got the first aid. I mean, the shit was, I was like, wow. So they split up. Somehow the group got split up. Some people ended up staying at the State House. Other people ended up marching. Right? Now, I want y'all to understand where we are. Down by the State House on Broad, they basically shut down Broad and High, which is a major, major statement in itself. They shut down the literal center of the city. Then a text went out to all residents, put it down, to all residents in Columbus that it was not. Let me see the text you got, Vicky. What's that text? Somebody out there got it. You should avoid downtown. Something like that. They sent it out. You know what I'm saying? Because I want y'all to know that the United States was built on the fact that individuals should be able to protest. Peacefully protest. Let me read that. I don't know, because I'm kind of mad at you, because I'm about to tell them about you in a minute. Right? It says, Columbus police have declared an emergency in downtown Columbus, Ohio. Avoid the area. I don't know if y'all can see it on. Can y'all see that? There we go.
Can I get on your show with you?
Huh?
Can I get on the show with you?
What?
Can I get on the show with you?
Can you get on the show with me? Yeah, come on, sit down, baby. I'm going to have some people, hopefully we'll have some people calling in. I'm going to open up the lines in a minute. We're going to do this toast, and then we're going to open up these lines. And, and depending on, like, for example, because we still got Quasi down there. We got Layla down there. So if they call in, we're going to let them go on and have the floor. If there's anybody else out there listening, or somebody else out there during the that's at the march, you know what I'm saying, that wants to talk, they said curfew 10 to 6 a.m. Is that in Columbus? So they done set a curfew tonight. Family, they officially set a curfew tonight. So not only are we on quarantine, we now have dropped into, because I want y'all to see the words. The word says emergency, which means that they can act any way that they want. I want you to understand that with the babies, with COVID exposed, the babies are exposing even more. Now, they're taking your right to assemble. Now, right? Because I want y'all to think about this. Regardless of how you feel about it, these young people have the right to protest. I don't give a fuck how I feel about it or how you feel. They have the right to protest. They have the right to protest and to be safe. Now, I only seen only 2 people in this whole scenario today that were open carrying. Now let me repeat that. I only seen 2 that were open carrying, maybe 3. Because it's illegal white to be able to open carry as well. You know, I don't know what they had, you know, I not into guns all like that. But, you know, I'm quite sure if Quincy called in, he could tell us what they had. But the point that I'm trying to make is only 2 people out of the hundreds of people that was down there were open carrying. But yet the state responded with force. They sent people out. Or police officers out with riot gear on. This is how they respond to our children, right? Not only our children, their children. Because let me tell you something, family. Their children outnumbered our children. This is how the beast responds to their own babies. So now we got this election coming up, family. We got all types of stuff coming up that we need to really start talking about and really start discussing, because we got to make some major moves, especially those of us that are older. The young people are showing us that they ready for some change. They noticing some shit is not right. And now it's time for those people that they have invested but they have believed in for so long to start rising up along with them and start making some of the changes that they are opening the doors to happen. I mean, I'm sitting up there, these dudes standing out there all day in the hot ass sun in full riot gear against your children. Full riot gear. All the children want to say is, I can't breathe. Black Lives Matter. All they want to do is be able to express themselves and let off some of this steam that in a sense this coronavirus helped start, but then the issues that start popping up during the coronavirus is coming off. And now our children, they want to get out and let the world know this shit is not right. And they have the right to do that. So like I said, family, if you got young people that are down there, you know them, like I said, when they come home, make sure you applaud them. Make sure you celebrate them. But then also have that serious conversation with them about what's next. We got all these elections coming up. Yep, I know everybody talking about the one, I think in November, where it's Great Pumpkin versus Old Joe. It's going to be Great Pumpkin versus Old Joe. We got these elections coming up. Right? We got very small ways we can start turning our money so they can start flipping in our communities a little bit more. It's some real work that we got to do, because these people don't give a damn about their own babies. So we already, and they already showed us they don't care about our babies or us. Now, I'm of the mindset that this is my country. Took me a long time to get there. I know me and my Pan-African brothers and sisters out there mad at me for saying that shit. But yes, this is my country. Why? Because my people's bones are buried here. I could trace my family, the beginning of my family here in America, all the way back to South Carolina, through Georgia, through Alabama, through Florida, and up to here to where I'm at right now today. I could trace all those generations, and each one of those generations in some form or fashion has been robbed. And the question and the opportunity that COVID, that all these incidents that's happening right now is presenting to us, is that we can be the first generation to totally shut that shit down. So we don't never have to worry about that no more. So anyway, I come back home because I said I need to do the show. I was only planning to stay there about an hour and a half. I just wanted to see. I ended up staying a little bit longer, talking with Quasi, talking with Layla. You know what I'm saying? I walk around, You know what I'm saying? I'm checking the perimeter and shit like that. I mean, that's just what I do. You know, I'm looking at the alleys and shit. I'm like, well, damn, how could they, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. So I see that the forces of the police are stressed out. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have to try to keep up with these young people. They ain't going to be able to do that shit. They're going to have to call in other people. They're going to have to call in the National Guard if the shit go down tonight. I'm just letting y'all know. Either it's going to be other police people coming or it's going to be National Guards coming up in this motherfucker. I'm just about get ready for it. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Now, maybe not in Columbus, but in Minneapolis what's happening is that we got a lot of outside people going up there. So now those local people, like we local in Columbus, because this is why when I'm looking at people that's leading or talking and stuff, I'm always asking where they from. Because family, it's always easy to get gangster when you somewhere and nobody know your name. Scarface taught us that a long time ago with that with the song Scarface, that he took his name from. Because up until then, his name was Action. He took the name Scarface after that song popped off. You know what I'm saying? You could do a whole lot of gangster shit when nobody know who you are. So you can't allow your local movement to be infiltrated by outsiders taking over and guiding. And that's all I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like you have a lot of fuckery. So I come home, I say, all right, cool, let me take me a little nap. And my little nap turned into a little bit something else because, like I said, I'm older now. I used to be able to do shit like that all day. I can't go up there and stand. I could do it, but it's going to take a lot more energy. So I fall asleep. I take a deep sleep, and I wake up to this. Right? So that's why y'all see me with the little paper towel trying to wipe my hands, because my daughter, the jokester, wants to go on, and I didn't even notice it. You know, I got up and I started brushing my teeth, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? My daughter going and it just messed me up right before my show. Look at that shit. Right? But you know, let the babies have a little fun, right? You know what I'm saying? But now, family, let's do this. Now, for anybody that's new here and you want your ancestors to be put on the list, you can hit us up on the timeline that you are watching on. Because right now, we are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube. We are live on D-Live. We are live on Twitch. Did I say YouTube? We're live on whatever this is. What's this? Instagram. We're live on Instagram. So we streaming on all cylinders at full power right now. And like I said, I want to have this conversation about what's going on, family. And as some of the older folks, we need to be talking about what's next. Because our babies is leading the way. Our babies are opening the way. What we going to do with it? We going to fuck it over? We just going to pray for everything to go back to the way it was? You know what I'm saying? Or we're going to start taking action. We're going to start making moves. We're going to start building. We're going to start networking. We're going to start directing some of this small little bit of economic power that we have. Because we got a little bit. We ain't got as much as motherfuckers running around here saying, but we could redirect it. Any ideas on that? What are you going to do politically in your area? Because this is the harsh fact. As much shit as a lot of people talk, y'all ain't going nowhere. Where you going? You ain't got nowhere else to go. So I'm like this, family. Either you can sleep on a rock or you can sleep on a pillow. It's your choice. Because none of y'all ain't going nowhere. Just saying. You know what I'm saying? And in most cases, when you go, you're going to have to come back because you ain't going to have enough dough to stay over there anyway. Repatriating anywhere costs a lot of money. And in most cases, in a lot of countries, except for America, you got to bring wealth. And I'm not talking about your stimulus check, family. So you're like, I ain't talking about your stimulus check. 1 and 2 or whatever is out there, right? And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and predict it. Y'all about to get another stimulus check because they're going to have to do something to kind of get your minds off of this shit. Don't let them buy you off for that simple little $1,200. Don't do it, right? Stay focused. We got people woke up now, family. Now we can start having the conversations. We can start having the real we could really start having the real conversations. Don't put your babies down. Don't act like you don't understand. Don't act like you wasn't young. You know what I'm saying? Because if this shit happened like this, we had the technology that they had right now in the 90s, we would have tore this motherfucker up too. Because we know, see, for a lot of white people, this is shocking. This is why they're getting out there, because it's shocking. For us, what happened to that brother was bad, but how many of y'all was really shocked? You was more outraged. You was like, oh, goddamn, he just bold with the shit, right? But many of us got cousins that got roughed up by cavemen like him. We know, you know what I'm saying? If we had been roughed up by ourselves, that might be that COVID. Just joking with you. Anyway, let's go and do this pour. So, am I clear that the curfew that they're talking about is a curfew tonight from 10 to 6? They have shut the city down, family. Oh, y'all hitting them in the economic balls. Y'all hitting them in the economic balls. Y'all, look, them babies is out down there doing it. Now, what we gonna do, right? What we gonna do? We need to start sparking the conversations to move to the next. That's the next move, right? Because this shit could go on. You know, Brother Quay said, I think it's going to last about 5 days. So they on day 3 right now. So the energy is going to start running low. We know how stuff like this happens. But this opens up an opportunity. This opens up a powerful opportunity for the family to really, really start pushing some shit through. Really, really start using the interest that this thing sparked and move ourselves and our communities, ourselves, our family, our tribes, and our communities forward. Move us towards, because Brother Tim talk, move towards those reparations. Because that a lot of this shit, far as this go down with the police, wouldn't happen with us. With reparations. It's easy to oppress those who don't have the means to battle your oppression. How do you battle it? When you could tie a motherfucker up in court, and you could tie a city up in court because you got the money to do it, or you got somebody with the connections to do it, family, they start fucking with you a lot less. You know what I'm saying? They hate motherfuckers hitting them in them pockets. Them having to give up their money. Sometimes they even get violent, But like I said, at that point in time, when you got a little bit of wealth, you get a little bit violent too, motherfucker. Come on. Bring it. We got our first $2 trillion payment as a collective. So come on into the neighborhood if you want to, acting a goddamn fool. We got lawyer money. Motherfucker, I'll drag your ass. I got lawyer money. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about real lawyer money. But anyway, my community got lawyer money. And then also, family, once again, getting to the point of, in each community, we need to start finding those young people and warriors, a nation builder, an elder that can be full-time. They could be full-time servants of our communities. Not pastors. We talking about full-time servants of our community. So when shit like this is popping off, you know what I'm saying? They could be in the organizing ranks. So that when you ask a question about what's going on down there as an older person, you can receive the answer or at least get the information to where you could go to find out about this shit so that you know what's going on. Because in a sense, regardless of who down there, they represent us. Because when it's all said and done, when all the damage is done, the whole piece is going to be, it was about a black man, and these black people went downtown and tore that shit up. I'm just saying. So we need to make sure we got our people in the mix. We get an elder that's been out here doing their thing. They know how to mobilize, they know how to organize, and we put money together for them. We put money together for a nation builder, and maybe get one or two warriors if you can afford it, and get them doing stuff full time, just for the community. You know what I'm saying? Information, newsletter, they get it out, boom. When there's a ceremony or something, boom, it all happens. We got that crew that we could depend on to at least be able to organize the people that's going to volunteer to do it. Hell, if you can't do nothing but afford one person. That's how the church runs. Matter of fact, a lot of organizations run like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, my babies done got me, man. She said, proud of our babies. That's right, Elder Margarita, proud of our babies, right? They down there putting it down, whether you agree with it or not. But as somebody reminded me on my timeline this morning, you can't tell them how to respond. You can't slap them and tell them how to respond. You would have did the same shit. No, you went in the 90s. In the 90s, you wasn't listening to nobody. My fault. I was listening to people. But most of us, we wasn't listening to nobody. Some shit go down. Listen. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not even mad at the babies. I'm very surprised. I keep on telling you because I keep thinking about it. And I looked at all those faces, and I'm looking around, and they said, raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. Don't shoot. And I looked around, and I saw all those vanilla arms down there, and I was like, God damn. They tear gassing their babies. God damn. Look at this. Lord have mercy. But that's the good news about that is this. Because out of those young white people, you have individuals who are going to get older in this society. And they already seeing shit ain't right. Now, what we got to watch out for is the hippie effect, because the very same motherfuckers back in the 60s that were those hippies and was like, oh, it's all cool, it's unjust, man. They now the Mitch McConnells and shit. Oh, they now the Mitch McConnells and shit, right? So you got to be careful about that type of shit. All right, so I want to say shouts out to Megatron Meta. Shouts out to Maroon Arts Group. Shouts out to Visionary A Creator Aider. Shouts out to Black Sabbath. Shouts out to the Harmony Group. You know what I'm saying? I want to say shouts out to Elder Margarita. Shouts out to me too, 666. Shouts out to my auntie Georgia Ellis. How you doing? Shouts out to Brother Shaka. Anybody else out there, if you want shouts out, put it up. Also, those of you that want your ancestors added on the list, go and throw them up right now because we about to do it. I got this ambrosia that's been sitting here all day just ready to pop its cork. It's pressurized just like the people, our people right now. And it's like it wants some change. Let's see what we could get. Woo! I love it. All right, let's go and get us some. All right, family, get your hell trick. I know I'm late, so we're going to run through this real quick, and we're going to get to the news. Also, maybe I could make a call out to Quasi to find out what's going on with the young people down there right now. Granny Beulah. We have somebody adding. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. I mean, because a lot of times through the things you can't. And actually, you the first one to add an ancestor from Instagram. So, let's give him a round. Him or her. You let me know if it's a him or her. Round of applause. That's the first one we got. But with a name like Megatron Meta, I'm betting on the man. But hey, we in all right. We got George Gamble got it. Oh, this is Kyle. What's up, man? You know what? I feel stupid because I should have known. Cause you act like you act like what was it a kid that grew up on that shit, Megatron and what is it, the Transformers? She was a Transformer baby. All right, we got Granny Beulah. Shouts out to George Gamble. He throwing up his stuff. He got Inez Smith. Let me put George Gamble. Long time no see. How's things going for you? George Gamble. Because now's the time for us to call on those ancestors, family. Get this energy working on our behalf. Get our whole family back together. This is lineage therapy. Inez Smith. We got George Gamble Sr. We got Joseph Garrett. Any others before I get started? Go and post them up. We got a little bit of time to write them down. Family, at times like this, when we are in conflict, we need to go on and activate that ancestral force. I should have did this shit before I went down there, but I'm activating these ancestors to get down here with, although they're already down there. I want us to consciously focus on getting our ancestors active in our daily activities, and we need them down there with our babies right now. Some of our babies need some guidance down there. Some of our, some of the older folks. We want our ancestors down there not only protecting them, but giving them the information they need to be able to make the changes that they making, that they gonna make. And also we need them active in our life so we can be guided and start doing some goddamn work. Anyway. He got Papa Al Riesling. You talking about the Gye-Nyame house? Cause most of them couldn't rap, so you can't get no props for whooping on non-rappers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, far as battle rap, you know what I'm saying? But cause you was a cold freestyler, dog. So I'm just like, the only other one that I could say that I know of as far as freestyle that was on a level like you was Dame Lee. And I think Dame was already out of town by the time I met you. You know what I'm saying? But you had that type of vibe about you and shit. Dame was cold with the freestyle. You know what I'm saying? Just like you. So now Jamon and O and Fast Money. Yeah, O Scheme is cool, but I don't know about the freestyle though. You know what I'm saying? Jamon freestyle, come freestyle, Fast Money, freestyle. I don't know. Maybe now, but back then, no, dog, no. The freestyle, but I wasn't there all the time. You was with them, right? But hey, at least they got up and did their thing. So any more ancestors? If there are no more ancestors, right? We are going to move forward. Oh. Mr. Gamble, we about to get our reparations money. When we get our reparations money, you supposed to donate a certain amount to an organization of my choice, if I'm correct. Right? Because we shook hands in the park. I ain't forgot. I don't know. Was it 10%? I'm just letting you know. I ain't forgot. You should have never came back on the timeline, and I got your ancestors on here too. I want my 10%. I went around when I first started talking about reparations. They like, you never gonna get it. I started shaking hands with people like, yo, you gonna donate 10% of what you get to an organization of my choice. I got two people, right? And anybody else out there that want to take that bet, I mean, it's a friendly bet. But let's go in and do our libations and get it down, right? So here we go. First, family, we want to lift up our glass. We want to salute the creator by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We got all that great power down here on us right now. We know that is already around us. We know there's always present, but the power in the creator or that creative force is being conscious of it. Most of us unconsciously live our life and walk through life as if this force is not always around us. But when we become conscious of it, we live a little bit different. We have access to different things. So we raise that glass to the creative force, to that first source, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our ancestors. We call our ancestors, especially on this day, and we ask our ancestors to be with our children in these different cities, to be with our young people in these different cities, to protect our young people, right? We call our ancestors, and we call they bluff. Because years ago, I started this because I'm like, we ain't calling on our personal ancestors, those individuals that love us. We calling they bluff. We've been calling on them for 4 years, family, and it's time now for our ancestors to start helping us make these changes. So we're going to see more activity from our ancestors. I call them ancestral intercessions that's going to start popping off. And it ain't going to be that one-off miracle shit that a lot of y'all, that little magic shit you be watching, that y'all be looking for. It's going to be those little hints that you get. Those little quick ideas that you get. You know what I'm saying? Those strategies that just pop out of nowhere that we get. That little extra burst of energy to make movement happen. You know what I'm saying? To bring different tribe members that you need with certain skills into your life. So we raise our glass to our ancestors, and we're going to go through the list. I'm going to go as far as I can on memory, and then after that, I will grab the list, which I have down here, and let me switch to my Daily Toaster screen. As y'all see, family, I proudly, we got these two lists, and we got what we call the Black Book of Ancestors. We take it very seriously here. And you know what I'm saying? And we're not talking no magic mumble jumble. So if that's what you're looking for, nah, family, because we got to get out here and do work. But we can ask for the protection from our ancestors. We can demand the protection of our ancestors. We could demand the wisdom of our ancestors. Because I'm like, who closer than your big mama? I'm just saying, who closer to you than your grandfather? Who want to see you succeed more? Right? Strange beings out there, or strange people, or those individuals that put that warmth and that love on you, that put that arm of protection around you. They just transformed. They didn't go any place. They just transformed. All right, let's shouts out to Lynn. Is that Lynn? Lynn Lee? Shouts out. But here we go. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert, Texana, Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie, Tilly, Georgia, William, Walter, Christopher, Fanny, Gaston, Lena, Uncle Chris, I'm Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Falar, Montague Pimenel, No More Ex, Pet Mahat, Ron Malika Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlisle Hayes, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, the Luxor Brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend Jane Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kelly D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mel Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Ware, Vita Farmer, Agosto Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Deolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thorne, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keachler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selby Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lovina Hall, Freeman Baxter, Marion Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Moorman, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, May. I was on the road. Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Benella, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce Donald. Wrong side. Damn it. I feel stupid. I'm sorry. Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Banks, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quills, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quills, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Eddie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martinier, Amitab Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frank Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carl Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Mayonnaise, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We have William Walter West. We have Nigella Paris. We have Elder Basiji Fani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Barry Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Elise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Haley, Elmer Hine, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Sprouting, Kevin Sprouting, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee, Print Up Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ida Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Peanut Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neilon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Carter Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Bradley, Brian Watson Jr., Kadiko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the first, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Walter Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Dorr, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Glibis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hat Senior, Mally Miller, Hosey Hashtag Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Fred Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Needy Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Monahan Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Earlington Houston, Laird Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Greenbed, Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Bradley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruby Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Vishawn Easley, Javon McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekhamah Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Alvin, Mazarine Cofer, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. Let's go to the Black Book. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known in Lebanon as Aunt Sis. You got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks. We got Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Wiggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Summer Clayton. Speaking of that, I'm reading through Quasi's list. Hey, Clay! Oh, all right. Leonard Jones, Sade Gardner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lunkins, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Correa, Nathaniel Hassan Turner. Khaled is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner. Demetrius Lewis, Flynn, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons. Daniel Tilley. I didn't know you was in the tub. You in the tub? No, I just got up. All right, can you call Quasi for me? Yeah, find out what's going on. Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gatt, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gifford, Dominique Nichols, Ruthie Lane Johnson. We got Teresa Sambu. We got Aunt Maxine. We got Uncle James. We got Henry Munger III. We got Tamara Dowdy. We got Nicole Harris. We got Julia Taylor. We got Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna. We got DeShandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Adolph Giles. We got Sonny Pete Walton. We got Sonny Pete. We got Sonny. We got Pete Walton. We got William Walton. We got Fred Powers. We got Elijah Juan Hakeem and Coleman. We got Alberta T. Davis. We got Charles Davis. We got Willie R. Mackey. We got Dr. Creamy Mackey. Victor Bowden, what's up? We got Drusilla Kitty Berger. Got Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods. They good? All right. All right, cool. Tillar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson. What's up? All right. Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samantha DeMond, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster. Yes.
He said the police behind him.
But what, behind him?
Yeah. He said the police are behind him.
In his car?
In his car.
Where's he at?
Where you at? Maine and Fairwood.
Maine and Fairwood. Are they following you? All right, cool. Hey, call into the show. Call into the show so you get everything recorded. Because once you call in, everything is being recorded. Leave your phone on.
He said call into his show.
James and Lizzie Winston, Abe and Julia Lawrence, Ozell Letters Sr., Gladys Cooper, Ozella Letters Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Toot the Don, Sarah Winston, Chris Kenny, Margaret Minter, Mary Smith, Juanita Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice Hill, Andre Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Levon Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granny Beulah, Papa Al Riesling, Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., and Joseph Garrett. We lift up our glass, we salute those ancestors, and we say Ashe. And speaking of moving to the present moment, right now we're moving to the present moment with brother Quasi Lowe from Columbus, down protesting right now. And right now you said the police are behind you. Are you safe?
No, they turned. Well, I turned and they didn't turn behind me.
All right,
I mean, like I said, no.
So are you?
When they run my tags, it say,
Go ahead. It say what?
License to carry concealed. So I rarely get pulled over unless it's like by a cop with a clock clocking me.
Right. So now, so you left.
But I did want to take that serious though.
Oh yeah, that's why I told you to call in so we could record. And I neglected to put that link on your phone that will be able to stream directly into the show. You know what I'm saying? So, but the only piece I got to figure out is how to make it so that as soon as you start recording with any of us, as soon as we start recording, it will start streaming live on all of the networks. But I'm working on that right now. But anyway, so are you leaving? You left the demonstration. Is everything over? What's going on?
Oh, I left the demonstration a few hours ago. I've been communicating with somebody, and it's still going on. I don't know exactly what it looks like. The last time I heard that everybody was convening on the lawns.
Okay.
But that's kind of I wanted people to get out of downtown today because it's not a smart place to be. It's just not smart. It's not strategically smart.
What do you
For any
mean? Go
reason.
and explain real quick.
I mean, because it's hard to get away. There's no, like, it's not in anybody's hood where you could just duck off to, whoever's crib right quick. They're deeply entrenched there already.
Right.
So exactly. So
now you do know part of the strategy of protesting is to get arrested.
I mean, it can be.
I mean,
There's multiple.
Right.
The strategy.
If you downtown, you're gonna get arrested.
The strategy of protesting is to create leverage, and they can't arrest everybody.
Exactly, but they can arrest enough. I mean, how many people they arrested so far? They ain't really arresting people.
They're not really releasing those numbers. I wouldn't know where to find them. If they
So anybody out there right now, we need to know how many people from these protests have been arrested. Those individuals out there with that information, or can they know how to find that information, or can give us some hint here at Gye-Nyame Journey so we can look at the numbers of how many people have actually been arrested during this during the protest. So. You know what I'm saying? That would be some real good information. But let me go and finish this toast real quick. So you still got Niecy with you?
Yeah.
I'm right here.
All right. So hold on. So we're gonna lift up our glass to the now. We're gonna salute the now. As right now, as you see, we got young people out here making it happen in the now. So we raise our glass and we salute the now. I want to give a round of applause, as I usually do, to the babies that was born on Kuumba, because it's Kuumba Day, family. That's right. We taking ownership. We snatching it up. We grabbing it up. We done took over the week. Now, what's next? Sky's the limit. Sky's the limit. So, family, let's go on through it real quick. We got right now on Kuumba. Kuumba, for those that don't know the language, I'm gonna ask you if you would please. Right? Look around you. Kuumba is present around you. Look for it. Find it. Use your reticular formation. Kuumba means creativity. Order is the demonic principle. Orange is the color. I do have my orange shirt up under my nice blue Daily Toaster shirt that Gina got fingernail polish on, trying to play a joke on me. And we got cause and effect, which is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwame. Shouts out to all the Kwames. Female name is Ama. All right? So, we move on from there. We lift up our glass to the present moment, and we say Ashe. From the present moment, we do move to our future, our children's children, on to infinity, and we say Ashe. From there, we move to all of our relations, and we say Ashe. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. What is it that you need right now in this moment, fam? What do you need in this moment? We lift up our glass. We say Ashe. Last but not least, I want to toast the most marvelous, most wonderful, the bravest, and the most beautiful, and the wisest individual in the room. I lift my glass up to you, and with that, we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. All right, let's get to talking. Now we back. So Quasi Cone, or better yet, put Layla on the phone so I can hear her experience, because she's 18 years old, and this might be her first. Well, actually, this is her first encounter as an adult in the United States of America. You know what I'm saying? Someone of age. What did you think about what's going on today, Sister Layla?
Honestly, I'm kind of conflicted because I love to see the unity, but I also hate to see violence. But in my head, I know that there has to be destruction before there can be progression. It has to be the destruction before you can get to the fertile land. You see what I'm saying? Like it has to be that way. So
hold on, another alert. Hold on, another alert is coming out. What's the alert? What it say?
Might not come. Do it come in on your phone?
So that y'all do know it's a curfew. They declared a curfew. Y'all know that, right?
What is that?
They start.
What does that even mean, though?
Does that mean they're going to start arresting us if they
Hell
get us out?
yeah. Yes. That means they can arrest you. That means they can shoot you. Once they declared a state of emergency, that was the first text. That opened it up for the next series of events. So now, if you are out after a certain time, they can arrest you. And if you resist arrest, they can kill you. The same shit. I mean, for us, this is the same shit we go through anyway. I mean,
On a daily basis.
I mean, that's just normal shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. So everybody. I mean, but really, that's what y'all generation is forcing people to see with what y'all doing right now, because it's like, boom, now shut this motherfucker down so everybody get to experience what it feels like to be black after 10 o'clock. Let them catch you out on the street. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, because if we can't spread the wealth, let's spread the pain. Goddammit. I mean, we keep on talking about a post-racial America. Cool, show us that. We know it's not that. We know that don't exist. So if we can't all share in the love and the power of the United States of America, then let's all share the pain, goddammit. Let's spread it out. Right? Let's spread this shit out. And that's what that's what a lot of people are starting to see. But like I said, once again, it's up to all of us to start organized, but especially those in my age grade. Once again, I'm putting a call out to y'all. Don't just be sitting around complaining about the young folks. What are you gonna do? How you gonna organize? What you gonna build? Or what you gonna help build? Or what you gonna assist? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So actually, we were just sitting here talking about the. So let's be more specific with the language, because I don't think there is a state of emergency. I think it was called a state of emergency for downtown. So, and then
that's correct.
And so there is now a stay-at-home or a curfew. Is there a citywide curfew, or is there a downtown curfew? Because if I live in Reynoldsburg, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, right?
I don't know, Vicky. Did it say what type of curfew? Did it say city or did it say downtown curfew?
No, it was saying for people to stay away from downtown.
Right.
That's what it was warning people about.
Is that what?
What does the text message say? Somebody read the text.
Ohio, citywide curfew, 10 p.m.
Citywide. It says citywide curfew. Was I precise enough with the language, sir? Trying to get on me, you little young punk. You're down there, you're rebelling, you're throwing shit. Now you want to argue with your elders, you little young punk. What's going on?
All right, no more.
I got one good slam left in me. Don't make me use it on your boy. That's what one of my elders used to all the time.
I had a question for Quasi and Layla. Were you down there? Were you down there when there was an exchange taking place between a police officer and Joyce Beatty?
No, we was there. Well, I didn't witness it.
I didn't witness it either. We heard of it.
Okay, so it was sometime between 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon.
What?
And from
no, I think it was before that.
Okay, it may have been.
Well, go ahead.
Well, yeah, because I'm in a time warp in a manner of speaking. So, so I get a call from my younger sister saying my older sister got pushed down by a cop, and so I call my older sister, and she tells me her version of the story was that there was an exchange going down between Joyce Beatty and the police officer. The police officer started going toward Joyce Beatty. My sister, I'm not sure if she stepped off the sidewalk. I'm inclined to think she did. Stepped off the sidewalk to video the exchange between the police officer and Joyce Beatty. And evidently he saw her. And when I say he, the police officer, so he turned around. My sister's like 61, 62, about to turn 62, and shoves her like she a man. So she falls to the ground, and I'm not sure how much video they got of all this.
Oh, there's cameras down there. Believe that.
But in any event, from the way it was described, he turned back to go toward Joyce Beatty, and then he turned back toward my sister, came to her when she was incapacitated, and sprayed her, or pepper sprayed her in the face.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Give me this
My
stuff.
oldest,
Give me
one of
stuff.
my older sisters.
Clean this off. Give me the whole bottle. You better bring me some stuff to clean this off. I'm sorry. Go ahead. It's real life here, Jeremy Journey.
No, but I was just wondering if either of you had been around at that point, to see any exchanges going on between Joyce Beatty and the police officer, or if by chance you saw where my sister had been pushed down, because at least from the 3 seconds or so that I heard of the tape, it sounded like something happened, and then, a group of people started gathering around, and I can only assume at this point that after my sister had fallen, people started coming around to help her up, because that's what the sound, sounded like in the background. But yeah, that's, and I'm reluctant to say anymore because I can't see shit, but,
Sound like you gave a pretty good description there, my friend.
But again, remember what I say about secondary and tertiary information at best.
Right.
And so that's all I can give on what I heard.
Yeah, I apologize. I wasn't there.
So, but our people heard about that. So, I mean, because they was talking about. You was what?
Well, I was trying to sit here and focus on this text I was trying to send, but when I got there, that's why I said something, because when I got there it was about noon, and it had already happened. So,
okay, so
it was something.
It makes sense because, again, I didn't hear anything until sometime between 2 and 3, but there probably had to be quite a bit of time that expired, because from the way my older sister described it, she was pushed down, pepper sprayed in the face. The EMTs came to get her, take her, to their little wherever, and, got her eyes cleaned out and everything, and stuff like that. So again, as far as the timeline, I'm in no way certain, but I just know when I received the information.
Yeah, I was just thinking of how we might be able to get some, figure out who might have footage, or who might post it, or look at some type of people's lives to see if we can find that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What's the hashtag for the march? Is there a hashtag for the protest? Because people would be hashtagging in a certain way, and all you gotta do is look at the hashtag, and you look at videos that popped up at certain times, and be able to identify that video, that specific video with Joyce Beatty, or go to Joyce Beatty's page, because somebody around her, one of her assistants should have been on point.
People gonna automatically be recording her.
Right.
And then if she makes, they're definitely gonna be recording that.
Yeah. And everything that's happening around her. If she has.
But just to give more context, Joyce Beatty was on one side of Broad Street, and everybody else, they remember the police officers were supposed to be in between. In other words, they were supposed to be on Broad Street,
right,
keeping anybody from approaching the State House. And so Joyce Beatty would have been on one side. My sister and everybody else would have been on the other side of Broad Street. I'm sorry, excuse me, I'm misspeaking. Was it Broad Street or High?
Well, I mean, because everything was on the corner of Broad Street and High, but the state street. So if she was where we were, because we was on Broad Street facing the Capitol. So, but there was people on the other side. The way you described it was her and Joyce Beatty was on the same side of the street. The way it sounded at the beginning, because you said your sister stepped off the curb to film it, and then the police officer pushed her down, and then turned around and maced her. So it's a possibility.
No, from the way my sister described it, Joyce Beatty was opposite her as far as streetwise.
Damn, so
they were not on the same side.
Oh, so she walked all the way up through the police line. Damn near is what it sounds.
No, the impression I'm getting is that she stepped off the curb to get a better view, as far as videoing. And again, I don't know if she stepped off the curb or not. I can't see how she get a better view without stepping off the curb. Nonetheless,
was there a warning about staying on the sidewalk?
I think there was.
Also, let me ask this, Quasi. Were you there when they unleashed the sonic cannon?
Yeah.
So what's that like? What was the? You said what?
I mean, it's not that immediately. It's not as disorienting immediately as you might think it would be. But like last night when I was driving home, I just felt like I heard sirens everywhere. It was making me real. I was like paranoid because I felt like I heard sirens everywhere.
Was that the noise that when I walked up to you that was playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Shit, I snore that.
It's not that bad, right?
Nah, it's
not that bad, but see how your ears work later. Because it's kind of weird.
Well, my ears is already.
But then, but this is the other thing though, because I just left my dude's crib, and he was talking about. You remember were you there when we heard? Did you hear those explosions?
No.
It sounded like a cannon going off.
Yeah, it literally sounded like a cannon. Boom! It's like 10 times the 12 gauge, 50 times the 12 gauge.
Right.
So I was thinking that it was like just some type of warning or some type of intimidation thing. But he was like, nah, what they do is they shoot it in the air and it's a flashbang. Like if anybody played Grand Theft Auto, they basically shoot them flashbang. And he said it disorients you. So then you be like messed up. Thinking a gunshot happened. And then so many of those, after a while, you're going to probably be low-key lethargic.
Oh, the whole experience, you add that on, and plus the whole experience, and then the warmth of the day, and then wearing the mask, dude. People gonna go home and fall into.
This is my thought. This is actually something. This is my concern now. I do think that they're escalating us. I think that they're intentionally escalating us to a restraint. They're escalating us. We didn't initiate any of this fucking shit. They're escalating us. And then because think about if this shit goes on for an extended period of time, we don't have the resources to wait something out. Like,
that is so true, and it's happening on a wider scale than I even realized. Like I'm putting it together as you're speaking, and I'm thinking about the one man in Minneapolis or whatever, who's going around starting fires. Like it's connecting. The dots are connecting to my head, so that means it's more than just one child.
You don't scratch it off.
It's happening everywhere.
Because in war, or in
attrition.
Life, really,
it's called attrition.
Well, actually, I was going to avoid the word, it's this word, explication. That's once something is introduced, you can't take it back. It's a part now. It's also attrition. It's both. Like, attrition and explication work almost one, attrition is whoever could last the longest.
Right.
Explication is once, okay, so let's say, once somebody gets killed, then murder is on the table. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So
once, you know what I mean?
Right. We escalate together.
Basically, it's the justification. It's the justification for doing what they're doing.
So when you were talking about earlier, you were saying we got to think about like orchestrating all of this. We got to think deeper than that, deeper than just county or state or any of that. We have to think on a wider scale than that, right? Crazy.
In a sense, yes, but It can't kick it. Did you see him? He was off film or something. He was kicking it. That's crazy. Maybe we don't have to think about the top general who's calling the shots. Maybe do you think somebody's calling the shots at a top level, or do you think things are just happening and there's like local generals?
Well, I mean,
as far as our opposition,
in most situations, I learned from watching Batman. One of the quotes that Batman says, "No strategy survives first contact." So you can go in with a strategy, but then shit starts to happen, right? So now, and the issue is with them. They could be. I mean, they came out when you put on riot gear. What you are telling those people that you are putting that shit on is, I'm going to intimidate you, and I'm going to crush you. You know what I'm saying? But so yeah, you know. So they escalated right there. They went all the way to an extreme level immediately with the people. So yeah,
there was no in between. There was no cooperation. Like there was no acknowledgement of the human nature of where we was coming from. They're just completely willing to squash our humanity. So that's what be fucking me up when people be having them posts like, y'all didn't have to keep that same energy from when y'all was in Detroit, and like it's like we're trying to hold our enemy accountable to being kind to us. Never be kind. They're our fucking enemies. We are POWs. We are multi-generational POWs. And that's how they treat us.
Right. So they immediately, I mean, because if we go back, I'm just wondering, did they have on riot gear when they was down at the State House with those weapons?
Right.
No, I don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They also rushed the State House door, looking like some goddamn zombies. Oh, white folks.
Right.
When they wanted the city open back up. Open up the city.
Armed.
They rushed the State House.
Look, they were so armed that they started arguing with each other.
We got better guns than you. We got better guns than you.
Speaking of, though, but this is why how everything is so watered down, man. Our third eye is gonna have to save it, and it's activated. We just gotta acknowledge it. That shit could never not be activated. We just learn how to ignore it. We just gotta remember how to pay attention to it instead of worrying about activating that shit. There was this dude, and I kept looking. I was like, I wonder whose side he on. I wonder whose side he on. Passed him at opportune time, asked him what side he was on, whose side he said he was on. Both.
You said he said both.
He said both.
You keep.
Like
you talking about
he had a 20 gauge shotgun strapped to his back, and he had an AK-47, and he was like black. But he's really light skinned, but he was obviously black.
Yeah, cause he ain't fooled me. I seen him. He on both sides. I hear him. Did you hear him?
I heard him. And I mean, maybe that might not. It could mean that he just wants to fucking win. He could be upfront with the fact that he's a mercenary, or he could just want to fucking shoot people. or he could be lying. He could have not wanted to tell me that he was against me. Or he might not have wanted people around him.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
no. See, on our part, that's too much thinking. Tim, how do you treat somebody who's on both sides?
They're enemy, goddammit.
I mean,
that's right.
They are enemy, sure.
And for us, he has to make it simple.
It might be slimy, but it is the best place to be. It might be slimy, but it's the wisest place to be. If you're
it's only wise. It's only wise if see, because that's more of an individual space. It's not wise. You understand what I'm saying? What you saying is always best to be on the winning side. See,
if you're on the winning side, right?
Right,
exactly. That's why it's dangerous.
What I'm saying is what you got to be clear on, motherfuckers that's usually in the middle, right? They're not in it for the right reason. They're in it for something. They're trying to get something. They always want to win. Right. Sometimes all battles. You just think about some of those movies that you watch about people going into battles that they know that they're gonna lose. Sometimes it ain't always about winning. Sometimes it's about putting your best foot forward and doing your goddamn thing. But then you got these motherfuckers be like, well, I'm in the middle. I'm on both sides. Well, all you have to do, see, because I'm glad you ain't tell me that I was there, because I told you keep your eye on the motherfucker. As soon as shits go down and if shots are being exchanged, he's the first target.
That's right.
Get him, and we'll take his shit, and we'll do what we have to do. Because dude, right there, that's some dangerous shit. You don't come. And this is how disrespectful motherfucker can be with us. They'll come and walk amongst us and be like, I'm on both sides. We're so forgiving and so loving. Make everybody feel comfortable. You right at home. Motherfucker, are you serious? Oh, no. See, that's one of the reasons I come down there. I wanted to come down there because I'm like, I'm surveying. You see me walk around the block, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, let me go and see what's going on around here. I'm checking the alleys and shit. I'm like, wow, they tore this motherfucker up. But then I'm looking around and say, well, damn, okay, cool. They got all these police up here. Ain't too many of us behind us and shit like that. So, and then I'm watching for the movements of the larger group, not of the larger police, seeing the people slipping off and shit. Right? Trying to see where all the police cars are. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, when we move, we got to move with some type of security in mind. Now, this is what, like I said at the beginning, man, this was some of the most organized shit I have ever seen. Because far as getting the people the supplies, that shit was on point. They had white folks driving around. Yeah. Go ahead.
That's true. Those reinforcements everywhere. We had water, we had vegetables, we had all types of bricks. Refurbishment, all of that. I appreciate that. I was collecting it and handing it out to people who needed it.
They were so organized, bro. They had people with signs in their trunks. Popping the trunks and saying, here, grab a sign.
So now, the question is, who in our city has that level of organization? Is this an organic thing, or is this something that was created? And I have to ask those questions, because when a young man was standing up on the statue talking, the first thing I asked my two young people, who is that? Who is that? Well, Hatim, why you ain't staying here to find out? I don't care, because if you don't know him and you don't have any idea about him, I have to be suspect. You said what?
You asked me about the dude with the bullhorn?
Yeah.
Man, you want to tell the story?
Well, first, I
want to hear your impression, though. Your honest impression.
We approached what was it? It was the High and Broad area, right?
Well, remember they was coming from the police station first. That's when we met them again. We saw them again because
tried to come down front. That shit was by chance too.
It was.
That was pretty much.
It really was. Because you decided to go to that cutway, and then we met up with him over there.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So then
for our first
I went to,
was on statue.
okay, so look, let me oh shit. Okay. When you let us out, the people started to jump on from over there. People were starting to jump on the freeway, and the police all came down there and they stopped them. So there was a bunch of people right there. So then those people started to march back south down High Street. So we was walking, and then once we got up there, like right before we got to Nationwide Boulevard, it looked like they was about to turn onto Nationwide. They was even saying in the crowd, like, everybody turn right. So then we tried to go through the cut. I didn't notice that. So I was like, let's go to the cut so we can cut them off so we can get out ahead of it. See what I'm saying? So we went, and plus I wanted to go by Marconi and see how many people was at the police station, because last night they had the police station smashed. It was on lock. They had so many cops. It was crazy. So we was coming over there. So we finally got up by the police station. It was a crowd of protesters in front of the police station. So we like, oh shit. Guess who's leading that crowd? The dude that you seen earlier.
What's dude's name? Go ahead. I'm listening. I'm very interested. Hello? All right. While he's gone, Sister Roni, I said Violet Fire. Shots out. Y'all see her commercial on our show often. She said there were definitely agents in the crowd in all cities instigating the violence. And I'm also gonna throw this out too. And all of them don't even have to be agents. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's almost, and sometimes you can see that Matrix shit in real life where Agent Smith come in and just take a motherfucker over. You can see that in real life. That shit happens. You know what I'm saying? That spirit of white supremacy. So, are you back, Quasi?
Yeah, my bad. I had to click over somebody that I was supposed to be meeting up.
But hold on. Let me take a quick break, just a 2-minute break. Cause I'm old and I can't. I'm.
I am a Gye-Nyame man. I was born for greatness. My greatness comes from my potent center. I pledge to find and connect with my center. I pledge to build my spirit, mind, and body. I pledge to use my hands to build a better world for myself, my loved ones, and my community. I pledge to use my mind to think deeper, further, and higher to create a better reality for myself. I pledge to live my life and go beyond all my self-imposed limitations. I pledge to promote the principles of the Gye-Nyame warriors and to assist all those who are seeking the path of success. I pledge all these things first to myself, my teachers, to all my relations, and to my higher power. I am Gye-Nyame. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Playing that Gye-Nyame journey, I got stuff on standby. But anyway, let's go on and back to it. So finish your story about Homeboy, because like I said, maybe we'll get a name or somebody out there that knows some of the organizers of these events. Call in and let us know. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, we just want to see as a family, is this shit organic, or is there a group here that has the capability of calling and organizing thousands of people in our community? But go ahead, Quincy.
Y'all asked his name. I just when y'all asked his name, he said something like Donatello.
I thought he said Okello. That's what I wrote, Okello. So it was just kind of, so I was, the first part of the story is way more kind of exciting. It's kind of anticlimactic because I was like, yo, let me get your phone number in case we get separated. We need to deal. And I gave him my phone, and he was really distracted because he was all in. He was all focused there, and that's what
he started losing his voice and everything.
That was needed, but I wanted to pull him away and make sure I got his contact. And he just kind of started getting frustrated. He's like, relax. I was like, well, I'm relaxed. I mean, you can relax. Put your number in the phone, and then I'll leave you alone. Because he was using my megaphone. After a while, he was using somebody else's megaphone at first, and they left. So then I was letting him use my megaphone. But since I was carrying, I was intentionally obeying all the laws. So they were standing in the street. So I was not. He was trying to walk to the middle of the street, and I was like, "No, bro, I'm sitting on the sidewalk." And it was just a discommunication. We weren't able to communicate in that moment, and that was really why I wanted to get his number so we could communicate away from the battlefield.
All right, cool. But now, but what did I ask you? The question I asked was, who is he? I could tell you my name is who was he with? I mean, did he just rise organically out the crowd? Is he from Columbus? Do he go to Ohio State? Does he go to?
I remember our first encounter with him. He was no. Our second encounter with him, he was around the crowd of cops that was on Broad, and there was a woman with him, and she was addressing him as baby. So he was there with the female, and she was yelling to him as he was in the street, like right before and after you and his altercation, well, not necessarily altercation, but y'all miscommunication when y'all were trying to get phone numbers. I recall her trying to speak to him, and she sounded very familiar with him. So it sounded like he was there with her, maybe with some other people. So he definitely was not there alone. And she was trying to make sure that he stayed on the course of what the plan was. That's what it sounded like to me. The way that she was speaking to him.
Okay. I mean, and not throwing no. Well, fuck it. I'm throwing shade. My issue is, family, listen, when we are involved with anything, we have to kind of, we don't have to know all the plans, but we do need to know the agents. Who is leading this? Because the issue is, you could be following, you know what I'm saying? You could be following that lead sheep. You know, they got a certain sheep that they send in, and all of the sheep follow this motherfucker into the killing yard, and they let the one out. Because, you know, his reward for betraying his people is he get to survive. So we could be...
There was something about him that was weird the more I'm thinking about it.
Well, I mean, of course, now because I'm asking the question. What I'm saying is, like, when we do stuff like that, and y'all got... You know what I'm saying? My issue is, I can say I don't care either way and walk away. You know what I'm saying? Because my ancestors is going to reveal to me any goddamn way. So I just walk away. Y'all be like, why you going to walk away? Like with the sign, with the flag. We got flags. We got motherfuckers weapon flags here. No red, black, and green here, though. But we got the red and black, anarchy and communism working together to fight the system and shit. Yeah, but there was no, see, because what I'm telling y'all is, you got to be very careful. This is why when I came there, I kind of went back to the wall, because the first thing I saw all the white people, and no shade on that. Thank you for realizing there's something wrong with the system, but it was so many.
It was a lot of them. It really was.
It was so many. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm like, hold on. And I'm looking around.
Closer to the end of the day, it was less and less white people. But when we first got to the scene, it was definitely a lot of them. It was a lot. Whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And it's like boom. And I'm not mad at that. Thank you for being involved in this moment and addressing a definite injustice that affects all of us. It affects us more directly, but it affects the whole country. You understand what I'm saying? So thank you for that. But when I come out and through how I came into the movement and what I'm doing, when I walk into a place and I see all that, I'm moving my back to the wall. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the scope and see what's going on. I understand black folks is getting up late and shit like that, but there was a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And they had supplies. You need a mask? Like I showed y'all. Where my mask go? Oh. Need a mask?
A couple of them made me feel uneasy, too.
You want some Purell? You need some water? You know what I'm saying? I was, just the nasty me. I was just like, damn, I was like, yo, I hope one of these motherfuckers gonna be like, you want some pussy or something? Because I'm like, what's going on here? But go ahead.
And we literally went back. I wanted to hurry up and get back so I could get some water.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I want to go to the water fast.
They had gallons of milk, half gallons of milk. I mean, the shit was laid out, and I'm like, yo, who did this? I mean, and Quincy, I need your mind to work. Like, who in the fuck is doing this? And then even at your age, right? And I'm gonna say this to you, as a Gye-Nyame man, and to all of my young Gye-Nyame dudes and females, including you, Layla, this is why I ask, who is that dude? My question is, when anything that pops up with an issue with us, right, as a people and stuff happen with us as a people, regardless of whether it's in a mixed group or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The first question you gonna have to answer to me is, who is that? Because that's in your age grade, and because I'm asking it like this. I'm like, Quincy, why you ain't up there? Now I know why Layla ain't up there, because she wasn't involved. My question is, why you're not up there? Or why one of us is not up there, or at least know who this is? Huh? I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I forgot what talking to this. A literal answer for why I wasn't up there was because he's not the same.
He's not who?
Just going back to what I'm saying. Hold on. 30 seconds.
You having a seizure? Okay.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't up there because I didn't want to be a target.
What? Quincy, you still there?
No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, miss me with that bullshit. You done had an interview on 107.5. You done had an interview on Channel 6. You done been on here every motherfucking night. How the fuck you trying to avoid being a target? You encouraging people to come out. How the fuck is you staying up under the radar? You standing by the people with the blowhorns. You walking around with a fucking blowhorn. What? What are you? Say that crazy shit for somebody that don't know what's going on, man.
Well, I mean, as much as possible, like, it's occupational hazard.
What?
How somebody you gotta, I mean, he was saying it the other way. He was actually saying it as far as script that I gotta say. I mean, I guess I'm getting mixed messages, man, because on one hand, people, talking about be careful and this and that, like, On the other hand, it's like be aggressive.
No, the reason I'm asking is this. If you're not up there, you should know who's up there. You should. Because that is for your safety, and it's for the safety of all those people that you want to be involved. One of the reasons a lot of people are not responding in the way that you might want them to is because there's not enough information. Right? They want to know other shit. Like for example, I'm walking, and dude, listen, I done been in a lot of shit. I ain't never got asked this many times, do I want some water? A motherfucker ain't never pulled out some a hand-sewed mask. It's like they had these motherfuckers stockpiled. Right? I mean, she pulled out a bag of these motherfuckers. We got motherfuckers walking with masks. We got people with rescue dogs down in the motherfucking crowd. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got to ask questions. And then I'm like, boom, the leadership, if I am as involved, maybe I ain't as involved as I used to be, or where at least I know somebody. You should have known somebody up there. Somebody who's sitting up here, who's communicating black life to this crowd. You don't know him. I don't know him. Layla don't know him. The nigga you was arguing with didn't know him.
And he was talking about peace. So he was like, yeah.
So, you know, I'm like I said, and maybe somebody out there know him and they could go on and like I said, because for me, it's sort of like when like you said, I got an interview. I was on 107.5 with how did you say it? You said Yavez. I said, you mean Yavis? I said, yeah. I said, cool. Tell Yavis. I mean, if you get to talk to him, tell Yavis you know me. So it's sort of like, boom, I could vouch for Yavis. I could vouch for you. You're connected in some form of fashion where somebody could speak for you. If we got people in our community that's speaking for us, but they are not connected to nobody, then you got to wonder who the fuck they are. Who are you? Are you friend or foe? The same question that you need to ask the dude with the gun is the same question that you need to ask to the motherfucker that you gave your blowhorn to. Whose side you on?
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Real quick, out there, in the Twitch forum, I posted the video. I don't think it's real long, but I'd be curious to know what at least you see.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go back because it didn't pop. It just popped up as 3 dots. They think you trying to spam me, Kwame. They got you down for spamming niggas, Kwame. Kwame Keechler, the spammer. So let me go to so I'm on. I need to go in. Let me go into my Twitch. But I look at it later. But actually, it'd be better if you send it to me. If you could put it on my text message so I could look at it. And then also I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to get it on the show. So let me go to the Twitch and get it up here. We're gonna go to Twitch, and through Twitch I should be able to get it. You actually should have sent that shit to Discord. Use the Discord, Kwame. Use it. Use the force, Kwame. Use the force. Quasi, you and Layla need to be heading for cover. Do you need me to come get her, or how you want to do this? You say who?
On the way to get her.
You say who on the way to get her? Her mom? I can't understand. What's going on? All right, but anyway, y'all need to be getting towards the base right now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Yeah, her mom is on her way to get her right now.
All right, cool. And you need to get to a base right now. Unless, you know.
I'm at a base. We at a base. We safe. We 100% safe right now.
All right. Well, there's no 100% in America. But anyway.
We as safe as we're going to get. Y'all ain't safe as us. I bet you on safe.
So. But yeah, Kwame, it'd be better for you to send it to me on the Discord. I want to thank Brother Quasi for sharing his time with us and experience. I want to thank Sister Layla. I also want to thank the Black Yoda for stepping up on the line and also engaging. Shouts out to Sister Roni. Shouts out to the marvelous Elder Margarita. Shouts out. Let's get over here. Let's see who else on the Restream chat is on. I want them. Damn, the Restream chat just totally dropped all the way off on me. That's crazy. All right, let's see. Me Too 666. Georgia Ellis, Shaka Seong Hasbury, and of course Elder Margarita, and whoever else had time to stop in. I want to thank all those people that took time to view us on Instagram. And family, I'm gonna shut it down for the night so that we can do something in the morning. And like I said, we asking for our ancestors to move out amongst the young people and to protect them and empower them and enlighten them so that they can make the real power moves that they need to make. And then because the better moves they make, you know what I'm saying, the better moves we get to make. And, you know, may the ancestors bless some of us. And so when we go to sleep tonight, maybe we'll wake up with that with that idea, or that one idea that will start unraveling things so that we know how to move forward in the future, one step at a time. One step at a time. So, family, this has been Gye-Nyame Journey Media. You are now standing in the congregation of the mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Of course, you know this is the heart of a simple production. And of course, this has been a Daily Toast, the late edition, where we strive to blow up your old paradigms. All right, hold on. Don't y'all go nowhere yet. I need y'all to support the family. Let's do that real quick.
Ayimbobe is an acronym. Mind, Body, and Universal Balance Empowerment Institute. It is also Zulu. It means line. Of course. With that, we're working with resilience. We're working with trauma-informed care. With all of the mind-body connections that we need to not only address so many of our ills, but also to heal from them. There's no one giant step that does it. It's a lot of little steps. Author unknown. How do you regulate? Yoga, meditation, and Bube. Mind, Body, Universal Balance, Empowerment. We're waiting for you. How do you regulate?
To have melanin embedded in our skin is a gift.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black? Too strong? Yeah.
We were born to be great.
Oh my gosh, when I say too black, you say too strong. Too black?
Born to be great.
Go to GNJMedia.support. All right, Spreaker and Brother Kwame, we are playing commercials right now.
My iPad Discord is totally dysfunctional, man. Nothing on this motherfucker act like it want to work.